Hey everybody, JC here with another T&I toy review. And today's review is in association with MarvelousNews.com, your number one news source for everything Marvel. And for today's review, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Marvel Legends 6-inch X-Men series Wolverine / Old Man Logan figure from Hasbro. Now this figure comes packaged in the same style packaging we see with all the Marvel Legends. You've got the Legend Series logo up at the top. The figure is clearly displayed in the window box. Down below you have the X-Men logo and the name of the character. On the sides of the packaging you have artwork for the character. And then on the back of the packaging you have a look at the actual figure, a brief bio in multiple languages. And then down below we have a look at all the figures in the wave that you need to get in order to complete the Warlock Build-A-Figure. Alright, let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside of the packaging. Now, this figure actually does not have any accessories at all. It doesn't even come with a Warlock Build-A-Figure piece. It's the only figure in the series that does not come with a Build-A-Figure piece. And this figure, I believe, comes 2 per case, so this is probably going to be the easiest figure to find in the wave. But I do like the overall look of the figure. First of all, with the claws, we've just got that standard kind of gray plastic look for the claws. I do wish they'd give it a more metallic look with these claws, kind of like we saw back with the old San Diego Comic-Con exclusive X-Force Wolverine. But as it is, it's just that gray plastic. Now the claws are removable. You can pull the claws out of his hand, which is good. And it's pretty easy to get them back in. Sometimes it can be a little bit of a pain to get them to snap back in, but for the most part it's pretty simple to snap them in and out. Now they might come out of the packaging a little bent, the claws. They're pretty easy to straighten. That's one of the things I like about these claws, these more modern claws that Hasbro does with their Wolverine figures, is they're pretty easy to get kind of straighten out. So they don't look bent. Worst case, you might want to take a hairdryer to them if they're really warped out of the packaging. But again, you can usually get them pretty straight just by kind of fooling with them and adjusting them in the little slots on the hand. And again, you can remove all the claws if you want, so it looks like, you can make it look like he doesn't have his claws extended, which is nice. So for the figure itself, I think Hasbro's done a nice job with this one. I think they've captured the look of Logan as an older person. And I like the sculpting detail with the head sculpt. He's just got the gray hair and the chops. They go all the way down to his chin. And again, it's done with just a gray color. There's not really any wash effect in the hair. I do like the skin tone, and he's got the gray eyebrows as well. And I like the facial expression that they've given him. It is kind of fitting for Logan. And I like the wrinkles that they've sculpted on his forehead and everything. Again, giving him that kind of older look. And then for the coat, I think the coat looks really nice. You've got this wash effect throughout the coat with some lighter and darker colors, so it does look like an actual leather coat. The coat itself, the main part of the coat, is a separate piece. It's done with just that kind of vinyl material. Unfortunately, the sleeves of the coat are sculpted on the arm, so you could remove the main part of the coat, but you'd still have the brown sleeves there, so it would look kind of funny. And then he's just got a maroon color shirt with some nice sculpting detail. You can make out his abs, and the top button of the shirt is undone, but it looks pretty good. And I like the gold metallic paint that they've used on the belt buckle, and pretty nice sculpting detail on the belt. And then he's just wearing some basic brown pants and then darker brown shoes. So this figure stands just a little bit under 6 inches tall. Here's a comparison with some other Wolverine figures from Hasbro, the more recent ones, the brown costume, and then the 2 different versions of Tiger Stripe, the unmasked and the masked versions. Here's a comparison with one of Hasbro's Marvel Legends 6-inch Sabretooth figures. Here's a comparison with the old Toy Biz 6-inch Marvel Legends Days of Future Past Wolverine figure, and this was another older version of Logan. And if you're looking for a ride for your Old Man Logan figure, that old Toy Biz motorcycle will work pretty well with this figure. And then finally, as a tribute to the new Logan movie, which I'll be checking out later tonight, here's a look at the old Toy Biz Marvel Legends Professor Xavier and X-23 figures. So for articulation, you can turn the head to the left and to the right. The head's attached with a ball hinge joint, so he can look down pretty good. And you can get the head to look back about that much. Arms attached with your standard ball hinge joint there at the shoulder, so he can get his arm out good, has good rotation, has a bicep swivel, has a double hinged elbow, so good bending there at the elbow, swivels at the wrist, hinges on the hand, so up and down movement with the hands, has a midsection joint, so you've got, actually it's an ab crunch joint, so you can crunch down pretty good. and you can have him look back pretty good. And then he has a waist swivel. Legs are attached with ball joints. He can do the splits about that much. He can get his leg forward about that much, and he can do his leg out and back. He's got a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, so good bending at the knee, and then hinges on the feet, so up and down movement, and he does have ankle pivot and 2 peg holes on the bottom of his feet. Okay, so that's my review. So overall, I like this figure. I like the overall look of it. I like the head sculpt. I like how the jacket looks. And like with all the modern Wolverine figures, I like the fact that the claws are removable. Now, I've got to be honest, I have not been reading the comics for a while, so I don't know why he's old. Last time I was reading, he was actually dead. I know he came back to life, but I don't actually know how or why he came back to life. And again, I'm not really sure why he's old, though I'm assuming it's something to do with his healing factor. If you want to fill me in, catch me up, chime in the comment section below. But from all the images and everything I've seen, this seems to be a good representation of how the character appears in the comics today, which I think is pretty cool. And it's also, nice tie-in to the movie, even though technically this is a comic book figure. It kind of ties in with the new movie, which, like I said, I'm going to be checking out tonight, so hopefully that'll be good. Now, this figure, along with the rest of the wave, is hitting stores now, specifically Target stores. We'll have a full image gallery up at marvelousnews.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. Also, if you haven't already, please follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I'll have links to those in the video description below. And until next time, I'll catch you later.